Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to ask them to start the Star Spangled Banner, so if you please rise and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, if you would, please. Good evening, everyone. We didn't turn the air conditioner on soon enough, so by the time everyone's going home, it'll be nice and cool. Please stick around and enjoy it. Welcome to City Hall. If you've never been here before, or if you haven't been here in quite a while, it's very similar to the way it was 85 years ago, and all of us that work here or have worked here are very, very proud of it. If you start to my left, the pictures on the wall going all the way around the room, I'm the 55th mayor of the city of Auburn. These are pictures of the mayors we were able to get. Back in my left corner, there's a plaque with 10 names of mayors we were unable to get a photo of them. So we memorialized them with a plaque in the back corner. And our latest two mayors chose not to have their picture hung in City Hall. Same time, no mayor wants to be hung in City Hall. So we have a plaque commemorating them.
Coming back.
Coming back? Best of luck with that. This is really an awesome building. It really, really is. I started with the city in 1973. Never really had a full appreciation of this building to about the mid-'90s, late '90s. But there's so much history that happened in this building, as you can see by our mayors, all the different things that have happened in Auburn over the years. This was the focal point of it. Many, many years ago, the City Hall was at the site of the present police and fire station in 1930. It was moved here. Everyone that walks in the building, they walk in a little bit different, but everyone understands what this building is about, what it represents, and by the sacrifice of the Osborn family giving us this building is a memento to the residents of Auburn, but also to the Osborn family. So we are eternally grateful. I'm even more grateful than some. My wife Joan is in the back here. Not too many years ago, we had some after-school children here singing Christmas carols. So we gave them a brief tour of the first floor of City Hall. They said, "Can we go upstairs?" And I said, "Sure. What do you want to see upstairs?" They said, "We want to see where you live." Okay? You know, they see the White House on TV, so they figure they're going to go to the White House. So thank you to your family for not putting living quarters upstairs, all right? I'd like to escape to my home, and I won't tell you where it is, but we escaped to that, so thank you. We're going to ring the old Wheeler. I'm sure most people here know what old Wheeler is. It's the big bell on top of the building. We've tossed a coin to see who was going to ring it 85 times. It takes 2 men and a boy to ring it once. So the last I knew was going to be one time. One clap.
Taking it right now.
Okay, so that is old Wheeler. In its day, it was used as a signal of fire alarm. Now it's used mainly. There's a great echo in here, you know. But mostly now is used for a memoriam for veterans, past city employees when they pass away, when your funeral procession goes by. I'd like to introduce some of our guests that we have here. First of all is Mr. Frederick Osborn and his wife Sheila. Thank you for being here with us this evening. Assemblyman Gary Finch, over to my right. Christina Cornell, Congressman Caco's office. Our County Sheriff, David Gould. Sheriff. County Clerk, Sue Dwyer. County Legislative Chairman and a good friend, Mike Chapman. County Legislator Joe Runkle. Is Joe here somewhere? Judge Tom Leone. Former City Councilor and City Court Judge Jim Cuddy. Melina Carnicelli, our former mayor and only female mayor. Bill Jacobs, former city councilor. Jim Hutchison, former city councilor. Bob Hunter. You're out of order, Mr. Hunter. Our city manager, Doug Selby. City Corporation Counsel, John Rossi. City Councilor Terry Cuddy. Three of our other members of council are unavailable to be with us today. Family emergency, and I guess it would be an emergency, a death in Councilor Camardo's family. So, and Councilor McCormick is under the weather, unable to be here this evening. So,
Judge Fandrick.
Judge Fandrick. Sorry, Judge. There's some guy in front of you, Judge. I can't see over there.
I always had that problem.
Past member of City Council, correct, Judge. Now we have the City Clerk reading the 85th Anniversary Proclamation.
Thank you, Mayor. Proclamation from the Office of Mayor Michael D. Quill, whereas David Munson Osborn served as mayor of the City of Auburn, New York from 1879 to 1880, and whereas prior to 1930, Auburn City Hall stood where the police and fire departments stand today. And whereas Mrs. Helen Osborn Storrow and Mrs. Emily Osborn Harris, daughters of Mayor David Munson Osborn and sisters of Mayor Thomas Mott Osborn, commissioned that a new city hall be built as a gift to the citizens of Auburn in honor of their father. And whereas the only stipulation attached to their gift was that the Boston, Massachusetts architecture firm of Coolidge, Shepley, Bullfinch, and Abbott, a firm which served at the time as the official head of architecture for Harvard University, be commissioned to provide the architecture and design for the building. And whereas in 1929, a building was constructed by contractor Daniel Meager of Rochester, New York, which featured colonial-style architecture with large columns in front and the same style of bricks used in all buildings at Harvard University. And whereas the benches in council chambers were exact copies of those in the offices of the Corporation of Harvard University, which date back to the 1600s, and the mayor's desk and rostrum in such chamber were copied from the courtrooms of the Harvard Law School, such distinguishing features of the chambers designed with the intent of establishing dignity and an environment of civil decorum. And whereas on April 5th, 1930, a ceremony was held where Mayor Charles Devens Osborn, on behalf of the citizens of Auburn, accepted the gift of Memorial City Hall from his aunts in memory of his grandfather. And whereas for 85 years, Memorial City Hall has stood proud as a magnificent symbol of City of Auburn government and has facilitated conducting the business of the public good through countless hours of dedicated employee labor, civic activity, public meetings, and notable events. And whereas the citizens of Auburn remain steadfastly proud and appreciative to have this stunning and extraordinary memorial as our City Hall, and it shall always stand to memorialize the dynamic and significant contribution of David Munson Osborn and the entire Osborn family for their numerous contributions to history's hometown and the international community. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Michael D. Quill, Mayor of the City of Auburn, New York, along with the City Manager and members of the City Council, invite all friends and citizens of the City of Auburn in celebrating the 85th anniversary of the dedication of the gift of Memorial City Hall.
Thanks to Mr. Chapman, I did overlook two former mayors, and I do apologize. So, Tim, welcome back. Former mayor, now county legislator Tim Lattimore. And in the back corner, Guy Cosentino, former mayor. At this time, we have remarks. I'd like to start out with Christina Cornell from Congressman Katko's office. Christina?
Thank you, Mayor. It's a privilege for me to be here today on behalf of Congressman John Katko. I would like to bestow the honor of a congressional record, which will be read aloud to Congress and signed by Congress in an act that recognizes the 85th anniversary of the gift of Memorial City Hall. Congressman Katko will state, Mr. Speaker, I rise today to commemorate the 85th anniversary of the gift of Memorial City Hall in the City of Auburn, New York. In 1929, Memorial City Hall was built in the City of Auburn in memory of David Munson Osborn, Mayor of the City of Auburn from 1879 to 1880. Memorial City Hall continues to serve as the center of civic activity in Auburn, a memorial to the city's rich history, and an architectural classic. Memorial City Hall was commissioned by daughters of David Munson Osborn and sisters of Mayor Thomas Mott Osborn, Helen Osborn Starl, and Emily Osborn Harris. The hall was designed by the acclaimed architecture firm Coolidge, Shepley, Bulfinch, and Abbott. Memorial City Hall's grand portico, pediment, and Ionic columns stand as a monumental example of colonial revival architecture in the 19th and 20th century America. The history and strength of the City of Auburn is reflected in Memorial City Hall. I am pleased to share in the 85th anniversary of this landmark, which continues to serve the residents of Auburn and memorialize the public service of David Munson Osborn and the entire Osborn family. This is the congressional record, which will forevermore be in the Library of Congress.
Next, I'd like to call on Assemblyman Gary Finch. Mr. Finch.
Thank you, Mayor. Chrissy, you did a wonderful job. Chrissy was an intern in our office before she went on to greater and bigger things. So, Chrissy, you were magnificent. I too have a proclamation here. It's actually from Senator John D. Francisco had prepared it and sent it over to be read. And I'd love to read it, every word of it, to you this evening. But it pretty much mirrors the document that Chuck read just a few moments ago. So I'm going to be brief, but I want to say a couple of things. It is a magnificent building. And to have built it during the Depression, I'm sure there were a couple of reasons why. People needed to be working. So I'm sure the trades were very busy at that time, the time when most people weren't working. That was an important element. I'm sure the Osborn family thought of that as well. The history of Auburn and the Osborn family is intertwined. The ups and the downs here in the city, you can always look to this building as something that makes you feel good about yourself. When you drive by City Hall, it just makes you feel good to see it. And Mayor, when you have that American flag flying from the portico out there, I'll tell you, it's magnificent. So we are all proud of this. We're proud of being part of the Auburn family. We're proud of being part of the Osborn family as well and their traditions. So we thank you. I'm going to give you this, Eric. If you like, I could share it with you some Saturday morning over coffee. But here you go. I think that you can, whatever you'd like to do. If you'd like to read it right now and share it with the mayor, and we'll hang it in his office. Whatever you'd like. Mayor, we weren't going to hang you. So once again, it's a privilege for me to be here. It's a wonderful building. It sends a wonderful message, and it's on a wonderful street in the city of Auburn. Take care.
You know, personally, Assemblyman Finch is very, very correct. A few years ago, we rededicated the Genesee beer sign in downtown Auburn. We all recognize that, and we're familiar with that. At the same time, whenever you come by City Hall, it is beautiful with the flag out, but if it's in the middle of winter when it's lit up, or if it's in the middle of summer or summer afternoon, there's just something great about driving by City Hall. And it's really remarkable, and that's something that could never be duplicated. So we have one more presentation. They have disappeared. What we have here, this is a key to the city for the Osborn family. I'll try to hold it up so everyone can get a look at it. And I will read it very briefly. It says, presented to the Osborn family in honor of the 85th anniversary of the gift of Memorial City Hall in memory of the Honorable David Munson Osborn, mayor in 1879 to 1880. And it's presented by myself on behalf of everyone here in the city. So.
As you've been told, this building was given in memory of my great-grandfather by his daughters. Now, David Osborn was born in 1822. He came to Auburn in 1848, and he slept under the counter of a local hardware store. When he died, 38 years later, his factory employed 5,000 workers and sold farm machinery all over the world. While this building was given in his memory, it is also given in a way, as a way of saying thank you to those 5,000 Auburnians who helped to make DM Osborn and Company the success it became. Thank you.
Can't work without a cue card. So. With that, I'd like to thank everyone for being here this evening. It means a lot to the Osborn family. I'm sure I cannot speak on their behalf, but I'm sure it does mean a lot to them. People of Auburn meant a lot to the Osborn family, and it worked both ways. After our ceremony this evening, there's cake, there's cupcakes, there's tours. If anyone's interested in having a tour of City Hall, by all means, I know the city manager said he would be taking some folks around. We have staff members who will be glad to take you on a tour. If you get to the attic, it's a bit of a long walk, but be sure to walk near the front of the building, see the back of the clock, the Back to the Future clock that's on the front of City Hall. Look at the back side. Then when you go outside, take a look at that. And if you want to ring the bell, by all means. But we only have 3 firefighters here, so if you have trouble up there, Lieutenant, you get the ladder truck here, right? They can rappel down or whatever has to be done? Okay, all right. Yeah, you can see he was thoroughly liking that idea. So with that, I do want to thank everyone. I want to thank Mr. Mason, all the staff. Everyone has put a lot of time and effort into this. Thank the police and fire department for being here, as they always are. But thank you, everyone, and enjoy your City Hall. And thanks for being with us this evening.
Hey, thank you, Sheriff. Have a great night.
I gotta go next door. You going over?
No, I'm going to go up to the French side.
I'm probably going up the same way.
That was an all. I'm not really. Okay, thank you. Take care, Norm. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Always. Watching the little one in State 5.
Just a couple knots below that. So. Right. Thank all these people. Good. There's grief and be gone.
Okay. All at once.
It was an oversight that I didn't introduce Tim or Guy Cosentino.
Good comeback.
I don't know.
What are you going to do? Oh yeah. Good luck with that.
It's just
That's what it says.
Hey, Toots. Be right with you.
She gets to go to dinner, huh?
You're going to her stuff and you're going shopping.
You mean he's going to take you to dinner tonight?
He's got it to go to. I'm going the other way.
That was $65 a piece. That's expensive.
I do all of it, man. There's so much I can do.
Like really?
We go to a lot, but not everything. Sorry. Oh, listen to me. This is the list our clerk gave me. It all worked out well. It all worked out well. Thanks, George. Thank you. Thanks for being here with us. Are you going to Springside? Yeah. I got to keep an eye on Gould and Leon myself.
Anybody can do it.
Eyes going different directions here. How are you?
I should have got up sooner. You just told me you just wanted to get the applause for yourself and shut it off.
Gotta roll with the punches. Okay. This is the list I gave you.
Well, you got it. I'm going to read what I got.
What's that? I got my shot in.
That's right. I just hope that the pictures don't appear up there because we should get a picture of the blanks right now. I got them, but I don't have good ones.
Picture of what?
The blanks.
Oh,
the
okay.
blanks. You got to put that up. Put it on Facebook.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry?
Did you find a gas can I dropped off?
I did. I
With a
did.
U.S. Marine Corps on it?
Yeah, it's right next to the Corvette. I hope I don't need it for the Corvette. It's in a place of honor. Thank you.
Hard ride for them.
Thanks.
that aren't getting done. Well, I haven't been fishing much. I have a small farm at home to play with, grandchildren. Look at grandson is supposed to. So, painting project.
How are you? Good. Thanks for being here.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank